If you're interested in setting up a 20-gallon reef tank such as this innovative marine that we're going to use for an LPS tank, and you want to know how much it's going to cost, then watch this video. Welcome back to another video at JDH Aquatics, where we do anything aquariums related in my apartment while I'm in college. So as you guys might know, we've got our 20-gallon innovative marine here that we're going to be setting up for an LPS reef tank, and I've been trying to promote it in some videos through my TikTok and YouTube, of course. And today I just wanted to go over a price breakdown of pretty much everything I've spent to get it here, and a couple things that we still need to buy to get it completely finished, essentially. This is a very basic and incredibly easy setup. I just made a video talking about why I think nanos are a little bit better than larger tanks, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the prices that you need to get here. So for this exact setup, as I mentioned, this is an innovative marine 20-gallon Nuvo, and it comes with a return pump that is controllable. This aquarium is going to run you $399 brand new, and that's kind of flexible depending on where you get it from. You can find them sometimes around $330 if they're on sale, but they can go up to $400, so we're just saying 400 bucks. Moving on to the stand, we've got a 40-gallon breeder stand, and there's a reason for that. Eventually, when I get into a home that I'm gonna be in more permanently, I would like to get my 38-gallon set up on here. It's a much more stable stand than my dresser that the 38-gallon is on, and I think once I get into a home, that this aquarium will be probably in the living room or something. So I needed a stand for this tank, and of course I needed a stand for the 20-gallon. So we put it on the 40 breeder, and then we added some wood on top. So we went to Home Depot. Again, I live in an apartment. I don't have a whole lot of tools, so I don't have any tools to cut wood. Luckily, Home Depot, they will cut wood for you if you buy the lumber from their store. So I think I spent like 15 to 18 bucks on the wood itself, and then it's free of charge for the cuts. And then I spent 10 bucks on the paint to paint it black and match the stand. Over the tank, we've got two Aquanites from Amazon. I've kind of lived by these lights for as long as I've had this channel set up, and I've had these lights even longer than that. And they've been doing well, they've been reliable. These two lights are $70 each without tax or shipping from Amazon, so we're just gonna say $140 for both of them. On the back side of the aquarium, since it is an all-in-one, that's technically our filtration, and like I said, the tank does come with the return pump. However, in the very back, we've got a Fluval 50-watt heater. It doesn't get very cold in my apartment. However, we just have a heater in there just in case, and that will run you about $20. Inside the actual tank, we do have a Powerhead on the back left side. I might switch it out. We're gonna play around with it. It's just something I had sitting around, so I figured I would throw it in the tank and see if it does well. However, that Powerhead I got, I think at Petco for like $30 or $35, somewhere around there. It pushes out a good amount of flow, and it might be too much for this tank, but like I said, we're gonna give it a try. Now for rock and sand, we went with Aragonite, which is pretty much what I've used in all of my tanks for probably like the past 5 years. It's a very easy substrate to get clean. It doesn't cloud a lot, and it's a good size between very small fine sand and of course very large chunky sand. So it's a good in between for me. A 20-pound bag is about 20 bucks. And then I got the rock from my local fish store. I think his price is like 3 bucks a pound, but we're super cool. He gave me 20 pounds for 40 bucks. So it came out to like 2 bucks a pound, but I think we got some nice structures in there. We got a ton of space to put coral and a ton of open spaces for flow and water to get through. Since I live in my apartment, and I guess that's not really an excuse, but I'm not able to hook up my RODI system. I have a specific one with like a spout hookup, and I'm really scared to just start messing with the plumbing stuff in my apartment, so I have not hooked up my RODI system. I buy water from, again, my LFS. I buy my top-off water and my salt water from them. So when we fill up this tank, we are gonna have to buy water, and I would like to include that in the price. Although we don't have it now, that's something we are gonna have to buy once we fill up this tank, which should be in a couple of weeks. I know that sounds long, but after Christmas, we will have it filled up. 20 gallons of salt water will roughly run us about $20. Again, another product that I've used for a while, but it's Instant Ocean Biospira, and that's what we're gonna be using for the beneficial bacteria start in this setup. There's a ton of different bacterias out there and ways to cycle your tank, so just do your research and figure out what kind of fits you. I believe a single bottle of the Biospira runs about $15. I've used Biospira for years. I'm not sponsored, but it's done me well. And the last thing we need for this setup, which is not a necessity, but it's definitely something that's going to keep the tank more consistent and just take a little bit of workload off of us, is gonna be an ATO. And we're gonna do the same exact one that's in the 38-gallon reef tank, which is a Smart Micro ATO. I don't know the exact company name that might be it, but it's just called the Smart Micro ATO. It's a very small sensor. It's done me well for about 2.5 years now, and I plan on just adding another one to the 20 gallon again, just to make that workload a little bit less. We are gonna fill up the tank before we get the ATO just to get that cycle going, but it will be a nice addition in the future. And the Smart Micro ATO, I believe, runs around $120, kind of depending on where you get it from. Now, these are the prices for everything brand new, but all of that added up should give you about $970. With taxes and all that, we're looking probably closer to $1,000. But of course, if you go used, if you try to find used equipment or used aquariums, which I highly suggest, especially if you're looking for something like an innovative marine, a higher quality aquarium, they typically last a little bit longer. So try to find used, try to find some good deals. You could probably cut that $1,000 price tag in half. A lot of these prices you can't cut corners, but if you are curious, that's a general price tag of what you're gonna be looking to spend for a setup like this. If you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you guys want to tag along and check out the process and journey of this 20 gallon LPS tank that will soon be set up, I promise you guys. Be sure to check out my other socials, link is in the bio. But with all that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.